let's talk about the kicker, the grand finale, the event you've all been waiting for. It is time to talk about a dubbed 350-minute at maximum anime that has been randomly selected from my plan to watch list. It is time for the anime dartboard. This week we watched this 2 months we watched Shuten Doji, an anime, the Starhand Kid, an anime created based on a manga by Go Nagai, with a poster on the screen that I had to censor because the woman had nipples, and Twitch doesn't like nipples. And if we were on YouTube, I wouldn't have had to worry about the nipples. But we're on Twitch, so I had to worry about the nipples. So I had to spend extra several minutes editing away the fucking nipples because Twitch is so goddamn sensitive to nudity that I can't have fictional fucking nipples on the goddamn screen because the fucking mods will go goddamn fucking ballistic because Twitch sucks ass. Anyway, Shuten Doji. Obviously, everyone watched it, so there's no reason to talk about a plot synopsis. So what did everyone think about Shuten Doji that you all definitely for sure watched? I thought it was very Go Nagai, if I'm being honest. This felt... I think you really didn't like it brushing those nipples away. This is a weird story. It almost feels like... I don't know when this came up, but it almost feels like a prototype for Devilman. I don't know if Shuten Doji is older than Devilman, but it feels like a prototype of Devilman. I was going to watch Escaflowne, but I didn't even do that. I'm watching Tenchi Muyo right now. I say for people who are waiting for the next video release. But yeah. Yeah, this feels very Devilman, and like because the main character is like given by a devil, and he's like, "Here, raise my devil son," and then he goes all devil mode. I don't know what I'm talking about. I got a lot of Devilman vibes from this. It's very Devilman-y. Devil Lord Dante is arguably the prototype for Devilman. When did Shuten Doji come out? Maybe I probably should have looked this up. When did Shuten Doji come? Shuten Doji. It's hard to... It's like... I would argue this is Devilman if Devilman was actually a good guy. And Go Nagai just committed to the idea of Devilman being a good guy. And everything kind of worked out at the end. Yo! Kato with a gifted sub. Holy shit. Thank you. Toei wanted to do an anime for Demon Lord Dante, but Go Nagai thought it was too violent, so Toei made Devilman, and Go Nagai made a manga with it. The Shuten Doji manga came out on 1976? When did the Devilman manga come out? Oh, no, Devilman came out before 1976. Didn't it? Yeah, 72. Okay, so Shuten Doji's really weird then. Shuten Doji is almost like a remake of Devilman if Devilman was a good guy. Like, Shuten Doji is like if Devilman... Because it almost feels like a prequel where he didn't edge it up, but I guess it's almost like a diluted form of Devilman, where he's like, what if Devilman was a good guy, and what if the good guys won? It's fucking weird, though, because, like, you remember that scene? You all remember that scene, because you all watched Shuten Doji like you were supposed to, because remember, you're supposed to do that, because it's a fucking book club, and everyone participates in the book club? Anyway, y'all remember that scene where he goes to the fucking future, and he ends up on the spaceship, and then the cyborg man is fighting him, and he's like, oh, I forgot the size I was supposed to be, and he like re-shrinks down to like normal size. And they don't do that on Devilman. There's no like weird... I remember because I read it. Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. Kaido gets it. He gets it. Yeah, you're like the weird future scene in it is like, it's so off the cuff and like even odd. Like you don't normally see him change genres, but what I didn't like about that is I liked the space captain in the future segment, and then when she died I was upset. It felt like super unnecessary. It felt very Go Nagai to randomly kill characters he didn't need anymore. But I to be honest, I have never really held Go Nagai's writing in high regard in the first place. To be totally honest, I think he's almost like unnecessarily hyper lethal to the detriment of his own storylines. And so, excuse me, I think it works for Devilman, but I don't think it works in other things he's made. Like I don't think it works in like Shuten Doji. I don't think it necessarily worked in Cutie Honey. He's very like, I don't know, he has this like grim twinge to his stories that just most of the time, unless he's writing a tragedy like Devilman, they don't need to be there, and I think they detract from the quality of the overall story. And I think Shuten Doji killing so many characters, like, because you remember in episode 2, where he introduced like 6 new characters who all just fucking died also in episode 2, that are just like fodder for the enemy demons, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like a consistent issue with his writing style that I've never had. Like, I don't know. The reason I was gifted was purely vain. I wanted to see number 1 next to my... You did it! There you go then. But yeah, like, I don't know. Shuten Doji is, interestingly enough, I didn't hate it, but I do think it reflects issues that I've always had with Go Nagai's writing style, which, like, Go Nagai writes like an edgy teenager. He's like, yeah, we're going to have lesbians, and they're going to be naked, and we're going to put their tits over there, and they're, like, scissoring in the butches. Oh, but what if they were ugly lesbians? Oh, what if we go to the future, and there's an android? Oh, what if all the cool android people are naked? Oh, what if we kill all the cool android people? Oh, what if he's so strong, and he's the size of the spaceship? Oh, he's the size of the spaceship now. Oh, like, that's like... What if we have a kid, and what if the kid's like a school delinquent, and what if his parents were delinquents, and what if his parents were delinquents and had him at like fucking 13 years old, and what if his mom's super hot because she's only in her 20s, and what if the mom wants to fuck the son? Ha 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 ha! Like that's like all like everything I just said sounds like made up edgy teenage bullshit, but I'm gonna remind you that 100% of that is things Go Nagai has done. What if I write a story about a school delinquent who has to go to a girls' school, but he dresses up as a girl? I'm just drunk enough that just saying the plot of Tsukabantaka was enough to make me crack the fuck up. Sounds like the framework to every shonen. I mean, that is kind of the problem, is that, like, realistically, Go Nagai is an adult man that writes like a horny teenage boy, but he created Devilman, which is one of the most... He also created Mazinger Z, for the record, which are, like, the most influential... Like, some of the most influential anime of all fucking time. Like, if I were to create a top 10 list of most influential mangaka, you need to put Go Nagai on there. But the problem is that Go Nagai kind of sucks. Like, I think he fucking hit with Devilman, and I think that Cutie Honey... I think Cutie Honey's not great, but I think its influence cannot be removed from the landscape of anime and manga without fundamentally damaging where we're at now. But I also think that he kind of sucks on every level, is kind of the issue. Cutie Honey inspired me to say, yeah, I know. Like, the thing is, Cutie Honey isn't good, though, is the like, Cutie Honey's fine. I don't hate... Like, Cutie Honey's good enough, I guess, which is why you can't remove Cutie Honey from the anime manga landscape. Like, he's so influential, but he's not good enough to be influential. Like, I almost wish someone better was Go Nagai instead, and I think we would have ended up in a lot of a better place. It's like... And the real reason that Go Nagai was so influential was because of Mazinger Z. Like, if Mazinger Z didn't hit as hard, I really doubt that people would have given a shit like 50 years down the line about Devilman or about Cutie Honey. I really think like his creation of the Super Robo Boom was the issue, like was what brought him into prominence, because that's what caused people to analyze his other works and enabled him to influence the landscape in the way he did. I once played a game with a plot similar to Ore Sukaban. In that game, within the first 10 minutes, you can woo the principal and get an ending where you marry the principal. What is this game? Because I need to have already played it. Is my question to you. But yeah, it's one of those things where he's like a weirdly not good writer that became famous because he created one singular famous work. Yes, thank you. And I would also argue, as we all know how I feel about the Super Robo Boom, I like theoretically Go Nagai is a curse on the anime manga landscape. That has never fully been removed, because not only did he inspire a lot of old school shit, but that old school shit went on to inspire other old school shit, which went on to inspire like old shit, which has went on to inspire semi-modern shit, which has went on to inspire modern shit. Like the stuff being made now are like 5 degrees separation inspired by Go Nagai, because this man made one mech anime that fucking changed the world. Go Nagai's first manga is what made a name for it, not in a positive way. It made the PTA really mad. Oh, what was it? Was it not Mazinger? I know he made Mazinger, and Mazinger's the one I'm like focusing in on, because I think Mazinger's the one that fucked everything. Because Mazinger is Haruichi Gakuen. What the fuck? I'm unfamiliar. Let's see what we got here. What is this about? What the fuck is this about? This is the legendary Go Nagai's breakthrough work, Haraishin Gakuen, a titular elementary school whose teachers and students are all perverts. Boys peep, girls changing, girls pulling up their skirts to show their panties off. Actually, it's not as evil as you imagine. They're like cubs playing together. It's only preschool eroticism, nothing sexual. In spite of that, Hiraishin Gakuen became a sensation. Parents, teachers, and politicians hysterically attacked the comic's immorality. Following the magazine's publisher decided to cancel it. I can't imagine why this got canceled. It got a sequel? It got a sequel with art by Aruga Teruto. Mazinger versus Devilman Watch Party. That's not real. That better not be real. You better have made that the fuck up. The way he canceled was pretty awesome, though. He had all the characters brutally murdered by protesters. Yeah, that's the Go Nagai I'm talking. No, God, it's real. Oh, God, it's real, though. Oh, fuck, it's real. Why is it real? No! 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 Oh, fuck, it's real! I just found it! Oh! Oh, God, why is it real? Why the fuck? Why? Holy shit, why? Why did they make this? Oh, God. The series of Mazinger's Inc. Devilman fighting against the evil demon clan. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Well, now that my night is fucking ruined, yeah, Shuten Doji. What was... This stopped being a review of Shuten Doji at a certain point and just started me being shitting on Go Nagai for being a shitty writer. Who was only famous for like 3 things. And one of those things isn't even all that good. Like, most people who will acknowledge that Cutie Honey is one of the most influential series of all time will also acknowledge that Cutie Honey isn't actually all that good. Okay, I think we're done with Shuten Doji. Does anyone have anything to add about this? Honestly, I did actually like it. I thought it was pretty good. But I didn't think it was anything standout. Knowing now that it wasn't a prelude prototype for Devilman, I would almost argue that this is probably a refinement of Devilman. Like, I think he knew where he went wrong with Devilman, and he tried to make something better. The female lead of this and the heroine, though, can we talk about how flat she is and how her only personality trait is how much she wants to fuck the main character? Like, that's a little reductive, right? Am I wrong about that? Like, y'all are with me on that, right? I think we're done with Shuten Doji. No to the OVA. You have no idea. Probably the 80s OVA. If it wasn't Crybaby and it wasn't the 70s one, it was probably the OVAs from the 80s. Which actually was one of the dartboard anime. Yeah, Devilman the Birth. We actually did get that as one of the dartboards. Your uncle is playing it on something. Oh, probably like the Devilman the Birth or something. It's probably Devilman the Birth, which was one of the previous anime dartboards. We keep getting Go Nagai shit, honestly. I think we're done. I don't think anyone else has anything to add to Shuten Doji. It's not bad. I did kind of like it. But I think it has a lot of Go Nagai trappings in it. Alright. Here we go. Pulling up the Wheel of Names. Pulling this up. Now, okay, so worth noting, I've actually watched a bunch of shit now on Wheel of Names, so we might need to respin if I've accidentally watched one of these. But the first anime I was consciously watching random was Gundam on Toonami series. The first anime that I recognized as an anime and not as a cartoon was probably Bubblegum Crisis? Because I had seen Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sailor Moon before that. But the first one I recognized as an independent anime was probably either Bubblegum Crisis or Street Fighter 2, the movie. There's only one other fucking thing needed for Sabbath, and that's plenty of blood. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Come on, baby, no whammies. Even though we get nothing but whammies on this show. I think Toonami's still around. No, 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 fuck! Oh. Alright, Gynocyber. Oh, shit. Alright. That's not Gynocyber. I don't know what the fuck that is. Alright, Gynocyber. Genocyber? I'm not sure. As the nations of the world begin to merge, world peace is threatened by the private armies of individual corporations. The Kryo group has just discovered a weapon that will tip the world power in their favor. The Genocyber, a nightmarish combination of cybernetics and psychic potential. Many desire to control this monstrosity, but can hatred be contained? Battle erupts, and the cyberpunk world of the future is about to explode with violence. This is apparently 5 episodes. Wow, that is long as shit. Created by Artmic. Wow, haven't seen you in a while. And by haven't seen you in a while, I mean I literally just fucking watched you because you created Bubblegum Crash, which I watched like a week ago. Okay, let's see. It is a 5-episode OVA, 30 minutes a pop, which is approximately 2.5 hours. Am I wrong about that? Its genres are action, horror, sci-fi, gore, mecha, psychological with a Sennin demographic. And who are we've got to the director? For the director, we have Koichi Owata, whose name sounds very familiar. What has you done, Koichi Owata? You did Mikan-Ki, which is a shockingly better than you would expect manga. Don't know about the anime, but the manga, better than you'd expect. My one problem with Mikan Ki as a manga is the women's tits are like too large. And I like a big breast, but there is a point where you see a woman's tits, and you're like, no, that is too much tit, though. Like that is an uncomfortable amount of breast. Um, and the women in Mikan Ki, except for like arguably the main girl who is like flat as shit, like they reach the level where you're like, no, that is too much chest. And I believe the creator of Mikan Ki used to be a hentai artist, and holy shit, is it so incredibly obvious. um, he did the robot designs for Gunbuster. That's actually interesting. He directed Ikitosen Dragon Destiny. Okay. That's one of the better Ikitosen seasons, if I remember correctly, actually. He did Bakuratsu Tenshi, which is Burst Angel, which is one of the only anime I have ever dropped that is so fucking bad. He directed Great Guardians. Great Guardians is pretty good. Directed a Mikan Ki OVA. He directed Extreme Executor. Extreme Executor is pretty damn good. But I don't know. But Extreme Executor is good because it's Ikitosen and not because... For people who don't know, I have a long-standing love for the Ikitosen franchise. It's one of my favorites, actually. Crazy enough. But I don't know if it's good because of the direction or because it's Ikitosen. He did Gyno Cyber. Cherry Coke is awesome. I'm not a big Cherry Coke fan. I like Vanilla Coke. Did mechanical design for Macross F2 Sayonara no Tsubasa. Did mechanical design for Angel Cop. He does a lot of machine stuff, I guess. I've never seen mechanical design before. He did mechanical design for Gunbuster in episode 1. That... Oh, episode... No, okay. Gunbuster and Gunbuster 2, the movie, mechanical design. Okay. Which I assume means he did mechanical design for Gunbuster, because Gunbuster 2 is terrible. Gunbuster 1 isn't the best movie ever, but holy shit, the drop-off for Gunbuster 2. He did Sayuyuki Reload Burial? What the shit even is this? Taking place in the past, Views offers the quartet their formation in the West over Sanzo as master. His journey shows the meeting of Goku and considers is this just like a really weird fucking Journey to the West version? Okay. Directed Blue Gender. Okay, that's an Ava ripoff. He did You're Under Arrest season. Okay, interesting. This is a really weird portfolio, actually. Did a lot of mechanical designs that I'm not just going to keep reading. Did something called Seiyuki Saigard. Okay, well, this existed. It's Journey to the West, but gayer. Hard to do. Let's see. He directed something called Nine Rulers Crown, which doesn't exist yet. And that's it. So he mostly makes mechs and directs some Ikitosen seasons and then some shit no one cares about. And I say that in such a way to imply that everyone cares about Ikitosen, even though I am the only person I have ever known to care about Ikitosen, but clearly other people have to care about Ikitosen because it has like 7 seasons. So I can't be the only person that cares about Ikitosen, despite never encountering anyone else who has ever cared about Ikitosen. Anyway, Geno Cyber. Gyno Cyber? I don't know. Probably Geno Cyber, right? Because Gyno Cyber would be spelled with a Y, and it would be like woman robot, whereas Geno Cyber's like, I don't know, Biodroid or some bullshit. Sega's created this. It's the only way to live. Anyway, yeah, watch that in the next 2 months. And I guess that's it for Dartboard. Watch it, I guess. Okay. Well, she is a woman. Maybe it is Gyno Cyber. But I am assuming Geno Cyber. Okay. Yeah, so watch Geno Cyber, Gyno Cyber. Excuse me. Before the next one,